and welcome. You're watching In the Club. I'm Sneha Mordani. First up, my colleague Pia Hingorani caught up with the team of Abhishek Bachchan's The Big Bull. We spoke at length about the film and much more. Listen in.
Thank you so much for talking to us and welcome to India Today Television. To begin with, I have to say the trailer looks really, really promising. Right from the title track to, the intensity of all the characters, everything looks really, really interesting. AB, if I can start with you, what really intrigued you about this script? I mean, we all know that Ajay Devgan did get in touch with you directly to be a part of it. But what made you say yes?
Ajay Devgan made me say yes. I'm sorry, there's no glamorous answer to that. Ajay's family whenever he calls, it's already a yes. And I was just very lucky that he didn't accept that, and he said, "No, you hear the script." And Cookie came across and narrated the script, and I mean, I was jumping with joy. I mean, to be a part of a film like this and to get a role like this, I think it's a blessing. So I felt very lucky. I was so happy. And I mean, once you see the film, I think any actor would be foolish not to want to do a film like this.
Absolutely. And I think you've become a pro at bending the rules. A businessman, wanting to bend the rules right from Guru to this.
I'm honored if you want to compare our work in Big Bull to Guru. It's a matter of huge honor. I'm sure Cookie will be ecstatic. I mean, it's a bit unfair. It's his second film and you're putting him up against the great Mani Ratnam, but it's a huge honor. I think Guru was a milestone film for me in my career, and a film I'm immensely proud of. And I'll take whatever it takes, man. If you find a certain similarity between the two, I'm okay with that. Right. As long as you go and watch the film, I'm happy.
Ileana, talk to us about your character. I mean, you play a journalist who is a business journalist, actually. How much did it come easily to you?
Definitely did not come easy to me. I think I know absolutely nothing about the financial world or about journalism. And I initially did think, that maybe it's going to be one of those characters that we'll have to do workshops on, or we'll have to do a lot of research or homework. But Cookie thankfully did all that work for me. Cookie and the writers, they had a very solid script right from day one. So for me, the character was so clearly sort of etched out, and I played it based on my own understanding. I didn't really need to know the aspects, I think, of the financial world because, she's such a dynamic character in herself. Her work speaks for herself. Her lines speak for herself. So it was fascinating playing a role like that for sure. She was really something else.
Yeah. I can totally imagine that. Nikita, what about you? How was your experience on this? We know you play the wife of the so-called scamster.
That's right. It's been absolutely fabulous, absolutely fabulous. I still remember when I was narrated the entire script by Cookie sir. I think it was very intriguing. Also, I knew a little bit about this entire episode, so I could kind of connect to it. Also, I think for me, it's an entire era that I have not lived myself to see. It's happened way before I came into this earth. So for me, it was just very interesting to kind of, do some little bit of reading and know more about how it used to be back then. So I think that's been quite a nice, interesting journey that I've had with this character, knowing how it was back then and creating something that can do justice.
I'm sure you get this a lot, all of you. The comparisons to the web show are inevitable. I'm sure you guys are also tired of answering that question. But was that perhaps one of the reasons why you pushed the film to a later date and not release it last year?
We actually completed principal photography at the end of 2019. Correct. And on the 1st of January, we announced the film and its release date as October of last year. And that was to come in theaters. And then, as we all know, end March is when the lockdown happened. And in April of 2020, Ajay spoke with us and discussed the possibility of bringing this film directly onto Disney Hotstar Plus. because at that point in time, there was a lot of uncertainty about what was going to happen with the lockdown. You know, we were in the middle of the throes of the lockdown. We weren't sure when the lockdown was going to end. There was about a week of patchwork that came up at that point of time. Coincidentally, that was the same time I got diagnosed with COVID, so I was indisposed. As soon as I was fit to start shooting again in September, that was middle of September is when I was able to shift and shoot, and given the green signal by my medical team that we resumed the patchwork that we had to do. And then once that was done, we got into just putting the film together again. So obviously October was not going to be the release date because it wasn't coming in theaters. And then once I think the film was finally over and ready, there's a lot of different post-production specifications that go into going directly to digital.
Right.
When you shoot a film for the theater, it's shot with a different intention, and there are a lot of technical specifications which are different. When you're watching it in a theater, we watch the film through a projector, so the image is projected onto a screen, where over here it's not projected, so your colors change, everything changes. So that's an extensive process of change towards the post-production of the film. As soon as the film was ready, which I think was in around end December, January, is when we handed it over to Disney Hotstar Plus, and then they scheduled it as per their schedule, and that's why it's been decided to come on the 8th of April. So that's the way. That's the whole story. There's nothing in a movie. We have the liberty of doing song and dance. What we've noticed is that's not something that's really consumed on the digital platform during a film. So we had songs which we did away with. Now, whatever that song served as a screenplay point or to move the story forward, you had to replace with other scenes. So those are the kind of scenes Cookie worked into it. The spacing of the film had to be changed. Because, like I said, the writing sensibility for digital is very different to the cinemas. So these are all things that Cookie had to adapt, edit, and then augment in order to make it more conducive viewing for the digital streaming platform.
Absolutely, which is perhaps why it's very unfair to compare it or put it up against a web series which was released earlier last year. So Cookie, do you also feel perhaps that it is a little unfair? When we look at the trailer, there are points where it does give us a deja vu perhaps of the web series, but it is extremely wrong, don't you think?
You see, a film is a very, very personal choice, something that I might like, you might not like. But I think that definitely all films and everything should be given a fair chance. I think that's about it. Beyond that, you're most welcome to compare. I mean, whether you liked it or not, I don't know what else you will compare in it, but yeah. That's about it.
Before I logged into this interview, I was on your social media page, and actually the comments that I saw, people were actually writing to you and saying, do we have to troll you to get a reply? Because you don't seem to be replying to your fans. I mean, that was something that was really funny because you seem to always, have a way with words with your trolls. You seem to be giving it back in the most wittiest way possible.
Friendly banter here and there never hurt anybody. We have to learn to laugh at ourselves. We can't take ourselves too seriously.
Absolutely.
And, I spend a lot of time with my fans, and I enjoy. That's why I like social media. It gives me direct access to them. Previously, we could only reach out to them through the medium of the press, and today we have direct access to them. And I enjoy it. I enjoy interacting with them. And yeah, once in a while, apart from all the positives, which severely outweigh the negatives, you do get the negative, and once in a while, it's nice to give them a response as well.
Well, it was wonderful talking to all of you, and all the best. I can't wait to watch the film. And
thank you.
Wishing you all...
It's time for a short break here, but lots more coming up. So stay tuned to In the Club.
Hi everyone, Preeti Chaudhary here. Hope you like this video. For latest news and analysis, like and subscribe to the India Today YouTube channel. And don't forget to press the bell icon to stay updated. Thank you for watching.